Hello, welcome back to another video with me, Citrus. And today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be experimenting and building a flower farm for another member of the Amazing Paper server. So what I was thinking was I'd come in here and the idea was I thought maybe if I took a dispenser and pointed it at a grass block, or actually I originally was thinking if I did something like that, maybe I could have the dispenser place bone meal out like this, but no, it doesn't work that way. I did it that way and the bone meal wasn't even being used. The dispenser knew not to use it. Funny how that worked. But what it actually is you want to point the dispenser into the dirt or grass block. Actually, the grass block. You have to do this on grass blocks. It doesn't work on dirt. And then it would make the flowers. And then these top ones, they're filled with water buckets. And what happens is I have it set so that I press this button, it launches these dispensers here, and then it also has this here. Let's make this take a little longer for demonstration. And so we hit this button, that gets pumped out, and then the water comes down and it pours over it and you get to harvest it. Now I realized pretty quickly this filled up nice. It filled up, like, even if I just tested it with one, it filled up like really good. So I was thinking, am I not giving enough space? And then I went and tested out. I built a dispenser pointing up into a block, and then I built the dirt farther and farther around it, testing to see how far it would actually spread. So this is my second version, and this is the version I went with, where you can, here, let me get rid of this with a quick use of it. Yeah, that is much better. And look, it all goes right into that chest instead of spilling out on the ground like that one did. So what happens here is when you press the button, it's just one use of bone meal and it populates that much space. So that's like, I mean, you don't need much more than that. The only reason I had a lot more there was because I was spamming it, because this is a retake of the video. It did not record it the first time. So yeah, you just do that. The redstone activates that dispenser and that dispenser. These hoppers are just for refilling it without having to make a contraption on its own for it. And then here's the observer that stares and watches this turn on and then turn off. And that turning, this switching is one press for this, like as if this was a button that controlled these dispensers. This is pressing the button, and once, and then by this stop being lit up, it presses it again. So if I do that, then it goes out. And that's the part that activates the dispensers, or plant the flowers. Then if I remove that, it depowers it and it goes down. The water goes away, and then this can gather the flowers and seeds. So yeah, you get pretty good with this. I'm gonna show you how much this does here. So that was from one button press with only two square areas. So this is, you can just keep this going. So you can take this from like wherever you want to have it, just as long as it's like not like gonna freeze the water or by chance, or have snow keeping the flowers from being able to grow. But you can take this from wherever, and you can just go down a level, go down a level, go down a level as many times as you want. Because these, as long as you have all 7 of these placed with water, it's going to make it the whole way. And so now let's take a look at how I built it on the Amazing Paper server. So looking at the footage for when I was building it on the server, I kind of am still experimenting and all. So what I'm going to do is I made a buffet world. I made it just be flower fields. And this way, you get to see what it looks like when it's flower fields or flower forest, because I did it in the plains on the server and I only got like a regular flowers spot and a tulips spot. So I thought, hey, why not have a little fun today and redo that building? That way I'm not standing there sitting around just not giving you instruction and just like still working out some possible, like I was like trying to figure out how I can make it better still, and it wasn't working. Wow, that looks interesting. Anyway, I don't have like anything to like generate this. I just want to kind of make it weirdly long. I was thinking maybe I was going to turn it to the, like 90-degree angle, but I don't think that would work. I think it would just screw the water up completely. Like the close end would work fine, but the far end would not. It would just kind of... So you have to build this in a straight line, and that is an absolute requirement. You can't get around doing like crazy twisty curves or anything, and unless you like really make something fancy, like extra, like over the top fancy. But what you can do, I'm gonna show right here. Instead of like going forever that way, I can go up a few blocks. I can make it go out this way, or I can make it come out this way. Oh wait, no, I can't do that because I need the room for the dispenser. So, well, I could do it, but I'd have to go up higher, and the redstone pathways are going to be more complicated. But for now, I'll just keep doing this, and I'm going to speed this up. Alright, so now that this area has been built, we just got to take care of the ends. Now, I did decide to put a couple up a little higher just to see how it would look, and so that way I can show how a lot of the same flowers are going to be on this spot as on this spot. I don't know what flowers yet because I haven't planted any yet, but it looks like the sun's going down. Let's fix that. There we go. And so now, real quick, I just realized I need to knock this area out. So there's our results chest. And what we need to do now is we got to go... Now, I'm going to skip these two because they're underwater, and I'm not going to deal with the redstone underwater for the time being. So I'm going to punch a hole in the middle of each area here. And this one's just up a little bit to be a little fancier, you know, because, you know, flower fields are beautiful. Keep it beautiful. Don't make it be all manufactured. That's why I got the grass, or not the grass, the leaves on the areas here. So let's let's make it so that way we can put the dispensers in the right direction with a little bit of just a random block of any kind. And then we can go back up top, put the dispensers in. And then we need to cover them back up. Now let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6. So we're going to split our bone meal up into 10s and put bone meal in each one, because that's important. This does not just work. You have to supply it with bone meals. So you have to be like, you know, killing skeletons, or have a skeleton grinder that you can get more bone meal from, something like that. Now we want to build where we're going to have the water coming from. We're going to try having it on the same level, because that one problem I pointed out already, I mean, that's going to be a problem. So now there are two ways that you can power these. You can either have a spot in the back like this, and we're going to do two ways. We're going to do both ways. So ignore this side. This is going to be one way, and this is going to be another way. So actually, let's destroy that. So I'm going to show you that you can do that. But I'm also going to show you that you can do this. Now, I'm kind of curious as to if they end up being the same. So, oh, we gotta fill that in. We get them on the bottom? Yes, we did. Okay, so we're going to put the buckets in. So now we'll test it, see if it matters. Okay, looks like putting the redstone on top is slightly faster than putting it on the bottom. And look at that, it's just going. We're going to turn this back off and see it dry up. The waterfall is going down a little slowly. That might be a downside to having the higher up section. You might just want to have only the flat spots, as flat as you can make it. Now you can also stack this going this way, so you don't just have to go this way, but you can stack it going outwards, sideways. You'll just have to space these apart and have them, like, for every square or of 7 by 7 you have, you'll have to have another one of those in its center, so that way you are getting everything out of it. But the thing is, expanding it the way like this is less expensive than expanding it going this way and making it wider, because that means you have to make more dispensers and more water buckets, and that means that this is going to have to be longer, which means this is going to have to drop down a couple times, and every 8 blocks looks and so, because the water won't go farther than 8 blocks without dropping down one and refreshing. So now what we need to do is we need to make the redstone reach everything. So right here we're going to do like this. This is just a nice simple pathway for it. We do have to have a repeater pointing into these, I think. I forget. And we'll test it. Okay, so looks like it doesn't matter if you use a repeater or not for that, because as you see, both of them have the grass appearing. Okay, so now we need to make this go down. Now, I'm going to do just something simple that I know is going to work on the first try. I don't want to waste your time trying to make like the vertical stuff like you would see on people that are like excellent at doing this. Because, you know, I want this to be, I don't want this to be super long. So now we got all this hooked up. Let's test it to see if get rid of that. Let's see, it's carrying that all the way down. Might want to build up some of the walls, maybe not leave it as open as this, just so that way you can control where the drops are going. But look, I didn't even leave it that long, and look how long it's taken to reset. So the longer you have, if you have that waterfall there, it's just going to take a lot longer for it to reset, so you won't be able to like rapidly take care of it over and over. And just from that, we got that. And let's get rid of those. Okay, so let's set the time to day again. And we are going to need to hook this up and have a, oop, I forgot a spot. We basically need to make this, like, actually have a button to get it going. I'm going to put a repeater there just for good measure. Or that's just going to be something that I'm going to leave for you to determine where you need repeaters. Because you're going to have to look, either you're going to have to know it by hand, or you're going to have to look and see where you need one. So look, like that, I didn't have it in the right spot. I did need a repeater, but I had it too far away. So now, okay, so there we go. That made those ones work, but it did not make this one go. So we'll try it again. Oh, good. That did pretty good. So we know that it reached here, but it didn't reach that repeater. It reached that, but it didn't reach the repeater after that. Isn't that funny? So let's put another repeater here. I'm going to leave that one there. It's not even reaching. We're going to have to replace the bone meal. Okay, so right here, this is where it's not reaching. We need another repeater. Oh, we had that one facing the wrong way. That's what was happening. Oh. Okay, so as I said, you'll have to check yourself to see about the repeaters thing. Okay, looks like that actually, even though these didn't light up, it seems that it got far enough. So now all we have to do is hook up the thing to make this happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this observer here. It's going to see that the final one has done its job. And then we're going to bring the path out this way. Perfect. Okay. we're going to assume that we might need that right there. And now we have a party waiting for some flowers. Let's give them some flowers. Here comes the water. And oh, that is much better than when we were manually pressing the button. The waterfall is staying on much less. But look at that, it took a while. But yeah, there we go, there's that. So it seems that the flower forest is not producing any fancy flowers because we're over the water. But if I were to do this over here, it would. Okay, so as you see, this is a tulip heavy spot, and look, more tulips, tulips, tulips. So here's the one on the server. This was built by me, but I gifted it to someone else. Trying to get the economy going, you know? They want to make a dye shop or a colored block shop. So I told them to protect the redstone, so they did. They put this over top of it. Then they made some detectors to show if the dispensers underneath are full or empty. Seems that these two are broken because I just went down, I put some bone meal in each one. But it works. You see, there's the tulips that weren't appearing earlier, that I couldn't get to appear in the flower forest. But yeah, you can get tulips from this, just to prove that to you. And it just goes right in here. Now this is a lot of flowers, and that's just from having fun with the button. Now the bone meal is empty. There, I only put 2 in each one, and so that lamp turned off. But yeah, that's the thing, the 20-minute video on just that quick little it feels so simple. It's crazy that it made a 20-minute video out of it. Well, have a good one. That's it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more, and don't forget, you can always join us on amazingpaper.mc.gg.